Hi, my name's Kristen Daynard, and I'm making this video to show how I feminize my voice. It's not a lesson; it's just how I did it, but it's also useful, so you know what kinds of concepts you can pursue. So right now, I'm kind of talking what I consider my baseline, trained feminine voice. I can step it up a notch too, but I have to consciously think about. For example, I could talk like this, and it's even maybe a little bit more feminine sounding. If I practiced it that way a lot, I could maybe do it, but I've kind of settled on more of what I'm kind of doing right now. So how I did it was 10 years ago, I was at a conference, and a person named Kathy Perez was giving a speech on her business. She's a speech pathologist, and she developed a voice feminization program and was just giving us an intro to it. I did later buy her CD. I paid for her subscription program where it was a series of videos and lessons, and I did later, I mean, I learned a lot from it, helped, but what really helped me slam dunk the process was like 5 years ago, I met someone local, a singing coach, who was interested in this process, and she is a side gig she does, and she right away go, wow, I get that. I mean, I can see the parallels, and that's true. Kathy said that too. There are parallels between voice feminization and singing, and here's why. To feminize your voice, you need to use like belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing it's called. It's something that does take some practice, but when you're singing, you're kind of naturally doing it because you really don't have a choice. The idea is to breathe in and then so you control your speech through breathing out rather than just holding your breath and sounding mumbly, like holding your breath, like feminine male version. This is talking mumbly. I'm not breathing in. I'm not breathing in. I'm just kind of holding my breath as I talk. And it's just kind of boring sounding. While projecting with diaphragmatic breathing, you're projecting out more. And again, singing is a good way to parallel it. So the other concepts are tuning your pitch. So finding your pitch is important. A3 is what we strive for because that's like getting into the feminine zone. I don't always hit an A3. I'm more of a G3 lately, but I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so the singing concept I think is kind of important so think of like a male singer that's very masculine sound. Let's think like David Lee Roth. I'm just a gigolo everywhere I go. People know the part I'm playing. But then I try to think of some female persona that I'd like to strive for, and one comes to mind is like Karen Carpenter. So I'll give that a shot. Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of good things, not bad, sing of happy, not sad. You get the idea. So yeah, you're when you sing, you're kind of, it's easier to feminize your voice, and then so let's talk about tuning the pitch. So they say to strive for an A3. I kind of hit on a G3. So and then in the process of tuning your pitch, you throw out these he, has, and ho's. So like hoo, ho. So you're kind of singing the pitch. So I'm hitting a G3, but if I go like this, hoo, ho, he, and notice I'm doing different words, ha's, ho's, and he's, because you're using different words, and just practice hitting that A3, and then the next step after that is just to start where the actual words. And what Kathy had you do was first you sing the word and then you speak it. So I think of exactly dog, dog, cat, cat, and then try like a two-syllable word like printer, printer, apple, apple. Now when you get to like 3-syllable words or longer sentences, it becomes more difficult and easier to stray from it. One word that I noticed that adjective, 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 adjective. So it's at the end there, notice I kind of throw out that little male blurb at the end. So that's kind of a difficult word. And there will be difficult words, but for the most part, that's the concept of voice feminization, is like diaphragmatic breathing, singing words, speaking words, tuning your pitch, and then lots of practice. And one thing my singing coach then would do, and finding a singing coach can be really handy because you got an unbiased person who can work with you. They're not necessarily a voice pathologist, but they take the concept of singing, go, oh, I get it. I get that, is what she said. And so she did another thing. She would have her piano and then go do this. So not just doing ha, ho, he. She would say like go he, ho. So and then step it up. So like he. So you keep stepping it up a little bit, and then of course you're going to hit that falsetto, and you obviously don't want to do the falsetto because then you sound like a cartoon character. Now, granted, some falsettos made a lot of people famous, like Bee Gees, like Barry Gibb had that falsetto and made a lot of hits once he discovered it, but that's singing. So a step, don't do the falsetto, but find the highest pitch you can find without the falsetto, and just lots of practice. But if you can find someone who does singing coaching on the side and introduce them to some of Kathy's videos are still out there on YouTube, her intros, and some of her customers have. So that's basically how I did it. And a voice can be feminized. It's just so you're aware, on the telephone, if someone has never met you before, it probably won't work. I get gendered male on the phone most of the time, but I always don't think about it. But it's funny is if somebody sees me first and I'm presenting like this, they'll go, oh, and then but then the voice complements it. Then it works out okay. So it's not perfect, but it can be handy and useful, and it's actually kind of affirming as well. It's not just for passability, but it's kind of affirming too, is part of, if you're interested in that. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Hope it's useful. Bye.